Number 6 from the 2021 8th grade MCAS is a very simple system of equations problem. We have p equals 2n and p minus 5 equals 1.5n. And we are asked to find out what value of n makes the system of equations true. We don't even need to find out what p is. We just need to find n. Well, the very convenient thing is that p equals 2n. And so we can take the equation, since we know p equals 2n, we can go to the other equation, which is p minus 5 equals 1.5. I know I have a typo there. I will fix that. Okay. Minus 5 equals 1.5n, and we can just replace p with 2n. And now we will have an equation that just has n as a variable, and we can solve for it. All right, so it's 2n minus 5 equals 1.5n. I will subtract 1.5n from both sides of that equation, minus 1.5n. The right side becomes 0. The left side becomes 0.5n minus 5 equals 0. And now I want to add 5 to both sides. And I get 0.5n equals 5. And I need to divide both sides by 0.5. Okay, because I have multiplication, I need to get rid of multiplication, so I divide both sides by 0.5. And so n will equal 5 over 0.5, which is going to be 10. So n is 10, and that's your answer. If you needed to find out what p is, well, replace n with 10, and p equals 2 times 10, so p equals 2 times 10 equals 20, if you needed that. But you don't. You just need n. All right, I'm going to go to another equation-related one, which is number 8. And number 8 is not a systems of equations one, but it employs some of the similar issues that show up with systems of equations, namely situations with no solutions and infinite solutions. All right, we have this very simple one-step linear equation in one variable, x minus 4 equals 16, and we want to figure out what x is. And how do we figure that out? We add 4 to both sides. So plus 4 to both sides. So we've got, I'm going to drag this up a little bit. Okay, so I've got x minus 4 equals 16. I will add 4 to both sides, and I get x equals 20. And that's all there is to that one. Now let's take a look at this. Write a linear equation in one variable that has infinite many solutions. And what that means is that when you solve it, all the x stuff disappears and you're just left with a true statement. I'm just going to take this equation and I'm going to work with that. You could do a variety of things that would work for this. I'll do an example. So x minus 4 equals 16 currently has a solution. It has one solution of x equals 20. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, I'm going to say 4x minus 4 plus 20. And then over here, I'm going to say 16 plus 2x plus x. And I'll just put another x over here. It's a little bit of a cheap one, but it does the job. It meets their needs. So if I solve all of this, I will end up on the left side of this equation. I'll end up with, let me see if I can drag this up a little bit. Okay, on the left side, I'll end up with 4x equals 16. And on the right side, all those x's combine. I've got an x, a 2x, and an x. They combine to make 4x equals 16. 4x plus 16, I mean. And when I subtract 4x from both sides, I will just end up with 16 equals 16. No variables are there. I have a true statement. I have infinite solutions. Okay. Now we're going to look at the next one here. We've got 3 times 4 plus x equals 7x minus 2 times 2x plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this one. Let's just start a solution space right here. So 3 times 4 plus x. And the tricky thing with this one is there's some negatives to watch out for. Minus 2 times 2x plus 3. All right, so when I start solving this thing, and maybe I need to drag this down over here for solving it. Okay, when I start solving this, I'm going to first start by distributing the 3. So it'll be 3 times 4 plus x will be 12 plus 3x. And on the right, that's going to be 7x, and then I'm going to distribute the minus 2. And that is a minus, so that's a negative 2. So negative 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. And then negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And then I'm going to go one more step, and I've got 12 plus 3x equals, and 7x minus 4x is 3x minus 6. And if I subtract 3x from both sides, I get 12. 12 equals negative 6. And 12 equals negative 6 is nonsense. I have no variables. I have no solutions. Okay, and that's the answer to that one. So I have no solutions for that one right there. Okay, so let's look at D. Consider this equation. How many solutions does this equation have? Show or explain how you did the work, how you got the answer. So we're just going to have to solve this. So I've got, I'll just start working from what we have. So we've got 3/8 x minus 6 equals 1/2 times 4 minus x. So I must start by multiplying through the 1/2. So I'll still have 3/8. Actually, there's a few different ways we can do this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna multiply 3/8 x, negative 6, and this thing by 4. And what that's by 8. I'm gonna multiply that by 8, and that's gonna get rid of this denominator. 3/8 times 8 is just 3. So I'm gonna have 3x. And then that'll be negative 6 times 8, which will be negative 48. And that's going to equal, so I'll do 8 times 1/2, which will be 4. And that'll be still times 4 minus x. And I've got 3x minus 48. And I have to distribute the 4. So that's 16 minus 4x. And I'm going to add 4x to both sides. And that'll get me 7x minus 48 equals 16. I will add 48 to both sides. So 7x will now equal 48 plus 16 is going to be 64. And x will equal 64 over 7. And if I wanted to, I could turn that into a mixed number. That would be 9 1/7. All I had to do is divide 64 by 7. I get 9 with a remainder of 1, and that's where the 1/7 comes from. So that's my solution. I have one solution. And the way I know that is that my variables didn't go away, and I got a solution. And I hope that was helpful.